Hi folks, Kenny the Vaping Heed back again, not with a review, just a little vlog. Well, you probably know what it's all about on the current state of affairs in the vaping world in the US and all that la-di-da. And I've done a recent one, but I've just been looking into it a little bit more. So we'll start by telling you what I'm vaping on. I've got the M25 on top of the Invader 4. And my batteries are starting to go, but never mind. Absolutely fantastic, this stuff. And I've also got another flavoured juice. I've got Butter Vapes Red Cherry Burst, which is cherry and aniseed flavour. So there you go. That's that bit out the way. God, it's nice. Good for when you got a cold. Anyway, thank you all very much for joining us and giving up your valuable time. Please excuse, I've been taking a few notes and stuff, so I will be like glancing over, you know, just to help me along a bit, because not too much to go through. Just a few bits and bobs and theories. So we'll start with by obviously the deaths in America that are linked to vaping, which has basically started this mad panic of flavour bans and everything all over the states, which we know is a load of rubbish. It's down to the MSA, you know, Master Settlement Agreement. That's what I think it is at the end of, period. It's money, folks. But anyway, the causes of deaths of what I've read, if you bear with us, I'm just checking my notes, were lipoid pneumonia. Alright? Lipoid pneumonia occurs when fatty substance is inhaled or aspirated. Basically, aspirated means is like, you know, if you take a drink a cup of tea or something, the gun's down the wrong hole and you're coughing your bollocks, something like that. It means like it's gone down your windpipe instead of your esophagus or whatever. And once it's entered the lungs, it causes inflammatory reaction. So that's basically what they're saying is the cause of the deaths and illnesses. Lipoid, it's short for lipids or lipids, whatever you want to call them. These things are found in everything that's living. They're just a normal part and parcel of your human anatomy. They're basically oily and waxy like molecules, fats. They contain like hydrocarbons. They're more or less like the building block structure of living cells. Like I say, examples include fats, oils, waxes, and certain vitamins like A, D, E, and K, the hormones, and cell membrane. Basically, the cell membrane that is not made of protein. That function is for storing energy, hence the fats and the oils. You know, fatty acids. Another example of a bad lipoid would probably be your cholesterol. It's a similar thing, you know. It's basically, this lipoid pneumonia is a large amount of lipids or lipids, whatever you want to pronounce it, concentrated in the lungs. So it's a bit, to simplify, a bit like cholesterol in the lungs, you know. And you know what cholesterol does, blocks all your blah blah blah, your veins and arteries and all that. It's a similar type of scenario. It does have some benefits. I mean, I think it's used every day if it's taken safely. I think it's a vitamin supplement, and you'll also find it safe to use on your skin, beauty products, you know, the oils and the waxes. So that's not lipoids, that's oh god, I've jumped into something else. I do apologise. It's the vitamin acetate, right? I've jumped ahead, right? The vitamin acetate that's found in this pods, right? Because basically jumping on, it's illegal pods that have had THC and vitamin E acetate. This is what's causing the lung infections or the lung, you know, the fat's getting in the lungs. So, but the vitamin acetate E, as I was blurted out before, is safe to use as a vitamin supplement. So I presume that'd be through the digestive system, not the respiratory system, and it is used in skin products, you know, the oily waxy stuff on your skin. So, you know, it is about. It's a legal vitamin if used in the correct way. Obviously, it has been misused in these pod systems with the THC out of cannabinoids or cannabis and the acetate, vitamin A acetate. Sorry about that. People have to jump back and forwards there. Really apologise. So hence the bans. This is this is their excuse for the bans, the big deaths and health crisis, when I guess I've said in my last vlog, we all know it's down to the MSA, it's about money and all that shite. But anyway, moving up to the future, or to the last day or two, or week or so, whatever, Ken Burns, the CEO of Juul, is stepping down. I don't think he's being stepped down, I think he's being pushed. I think he's saying, right, you've had your chance, everything's gone pear-shaped, time for you to go. But the interesting thing about this is being replaced by Mr. Casey Crosswaite. Now, Mr. Casey Crosswaite is the former Chief Growth Officer for Altria. And we all know who Altria are. Big tobacco. Also, Altria have also announced that the merger with Philip Morris, another tobacco company, is not going to go forward. So, make what you will of that. But I think, this Ken Burns Gannon, Juul are facing investigations for God knows what at the moment, especially the marketing strategies. They were blamed for marketing it. The minors, the teens, the underage vapers, which is another reason America's going nuts for. And as Vape would Vic, let's say, think get the children, Thanks, Vic, for that. But at the end of the day, falling numbers of smokers and increasingly strict rules in developed countries are making tobacco companies move to e-cigs for future growth, right? So this is my, it's not my philosophy, but this is what I think may happen, right? You've got all these states now, they're doing vaping bans, flavour bans. I think Massachusetts has just done an alright ban, period. The understanding is that they are only short-term bans, anything from 4 months to 6 months. Now, may well know if you were a business owner or a shop owner or a small business owner, that 4 to 6 months will probably end up you going to the wall. You've finished. You haven't got the finances or the bank balance to sit there 4 to 6 months not selling your stock and then just have it sitting there doing nothing, shutting up shop, and still having to pay your landlord, your rents or whatever, all of the bills, etc. That is going to destroy a big lump of the vaping industry. The small little shops and the small businesses. Now, what I'm thinking may be a plan, maybe be the next step. I think once these bans are up, like the 4 to 6 months, and they're all reviewing them, and whether they're unlifted or not unlifted, even if they're lifted by that time, like I said, a lot of small businesses, shops, even medium-sized businesses, even larger businesses. I mean, can you really afford to shut up shop for 6 months? Paying staff wages and all that? Not going to happen, is it? So, I think once this is all being done and dusted, and the vaping industry in America is in absolute tatters, I think big tobacco are going to go in with a swoop and offer big suitcases full of money to all of what's left of the vaping industry, maybe these juice makers, whatever, who are practically on their knees and looking for either massive sales or a quick investment or cash injection. This is where the tobacco companies will pounce, and I think they will try to buy into as many vaping products, whatever, whether it be juice makers, hardware makers. I think they'll try to buy into them or buy them up so they have more control over the vaping industry, and therefore creating more revenue through tobacco sales and their vape sales in order to make the MSA payments to the various states, who will therefore be able to pay back their bonds. That's basically what I think could possibly happen. Don't quote us on it, but when you think about it, this 4 to 6 month ban is going to absolutely destroy lots of small to medium businesses, and probably put big businesses very close to bankruptcy. And like you say, when this ban's lifted and they're all, they need to make money fast, they need to sell, they're not going to sell it to vape shops because they're not going to be there. Who's going to step in? Big tobacco, big case of money, yeah, you can supply us. You know what I mean? I think it could be heading that way. I think big tobacco is going to have a big stake in the vaping industry. Therefore, they're not relying entirely on tobacco sales to pay the states their MSA. I think that's the short-term fix to get out of this MSA crisis. Because I believe that they've got until 2020 to repay it. We're nearly into it. You know what I mean? We're what, October now, 2019, so we're not far away. And I've also heard rumours that the banks have had like a 200 million or 200 billion dollar bailout last week again off the Federal Reserve or whoever. Fellow reviewer, I think it was Vic, by all means check him out because he knows his stuff as well. Said maybe the banks have called in the debt on the bonds, knowing that the states can't afford to pay them back. So therefore, that's the way it is for the time being. So who knows what will happen? But at the moment, all these bans they're going to happen. Because of all, I think America's went the wrong way about it, relying on Qassar, whatever you call them, and it's just come bit them in the backside. So yeah, I'll leave it all at that, folks. So I've been Kenny, the Vaping Heed. Stay safe, vape safe, and I'll see you all very soon.